welcome back to another episode of Sit and Spin with me, your host, Joe Royland. Today on the show, finally getting around to reviewing the latest album from Spoon, Hot Thoughts. Now, I don't know why I held off on reviewing this record so long. I think originally because I had a backlog of stuff to do. And then I was thinking, well, they're out on tour, and I was thinking originally they're coming this month, so I thought if I could get it closer to when they were going to be out on tour here, that would play better. But then I realized, it's actually not until next month that they're coming. And by all means, if you've never seen Spoon live, or if you have the chance to go see Spoon live, go see them, because I swear to God, it's one of the best live shows you're ever going to see. Fantastic band live. But back to the record, Hot Thoughts by Spoon. It is the band's 9th album. It finds them returning to the indie label Matador for the first time since 1996's Telephono album by them. It's also the first record not to feature multi-instrumentalist Eric Harvey, who left the band after the tour for their last album, They Want My Soul, which was my favorite record of 2014. If you want some more info on that, go back and check out episode 61 where we reviewed that record. Now, because I did a lot of the band info on that one, I'm not going to repeat it all here just to save some time, so check out that episode. The record was also co-produced in association with Spoon by Dave Fridmann, who also did the last album, They Want My Soul. And if you liked They Want My Soul, you're probably really going to dig Hot Thoughts, as it pretty much picks up in the same direction where that one left off, exploring more electronic influence and a little bit of dance sounds, and just goes further with it. Some of that, I'm sure, is due to the trippy style of Dave Fridmann and the production techniques he usually uses. Some of it, I'm quite sure, is Spoon main man Britt Daniel, who's also the singer and multi-instrumentalist and guitarist in the band. And some of it is probably likely to the Alex Fischel, who joined the band for the last record, and previously Britt had met him and played with him in the 2012 side project Divine Fits, which was also my favorite record of 2012. Britt said of him, now I have somebody who can play all the parts that I couldn't, which before meant that if I couldn't play it, wasn't going on the record. So having that person in there who can help out with all those extra experimental layers and textures means the band just really kind of went for it in the studio with making Hot Thoughts. It's something you're going to notice right off the bat with the opening and title cut and first single, Hot Thoughts, which you're hearing right now. Musically, there's just a ton of stuff going on in this mix of the song with all these little instrumental parts happening all throughout. The way they're placed in the mix and the painting of it is just great, and that's something that continues throughout the whole album. I mean, there's just so much orally going on arrangement-wise with this record that it's a real treat for your ears to listen to regardless of the songs. And even if I personally might not like every direction that of a path that they choose to pursue with that, it's always an enjoyable journey to get into the destination. So that's definitely a big plus for this record. The record's second track, Whisper and I'll Listen to Hear It, starts off on this nice segue, building upon pulsing synth rhythms with guitars layering in on top of that and Britt's echoey vocals, and then takes this dramatic shift about halfway through, building into a nice driving rocker. Just a great tune. Do I Have to Talk You Into It has this old school classic Spoon vibe that echoes back to their earlier albums and the best work that they did then, but just adds an updated twist of more modern synth textures over the piano parts that would probably normally be there in R. From there, we shuffle literally into the 70s disco beat of First Caress, which features added female vocals from guests Sarah Hauser and Sharon Van Etten. Side 1 closes out on the moody simmer of the song Pink Up, which features a rather lengthy instrumental intro that is more reminiscent of something you may have heard on, say, like the last Daft Punk album than a Spoon record, but it still works for them. The album's second half of Hot Thoughts opens with its second single, and the song Can I Sit Next to You? A funky Stones-like number with a big beat and hand claps moving it along, and again, it's another album highlight. I Ain't the One opens with a great kind of electric piano organ part, and is another moody album standout. However, there's something about the melody of the second half of the chorus that's very familiar, and it's like, I know I've heard it somewhere else in another song, but I still haven't been able to pinpoint yet exactly what that song is, but it's a great tune regardless. The album's next track, Tear It Down, is also equally great. Another favorite that starts out again with that kind of cool organ intro, and it's again what I would call classic Spoon. Shotgun rides in on a big thumping bass drum beat that, believe it or not, I kid you not, reminds me of Kiss's I Was Made for Loving You. I'm not kidding at all. Even when the guitar parts come in and the chords that he's playing, it's almost like that song inverted in the chords. It's not the whole song, but definitely intro. I definitely hear it. Maybe it has nothing to do with that tune, but I hear it, and it's kind of cool. And it's a good tune too, regardless. And then the album closes on the jazzy instrumental Us, which really sounds like nothing Spoon has ever done before. It features a prominent sax from guest artist Ted Tafaro, and other than bringing back in some of the same melody lines from Pink Up, it feels like nothing you'd expect to hear on a Spoon album. It sounds more like something you'd find on a Shriekback album, or even maybe like a Bowie album like Low or Station to Station or Heroes era. Just doesn't really feel like something that you'd find that belongs on a Spoon record, but it's still cool. And all in all, though, just another solid outing from Spoon. Definitely go out and get it. It's available on CD or vinyl. There are, as is the trend it seems these days, multiple vinyl versions available. I got the limited edition indie store only. It's red vinyl. It's kind of deep ruby red, which is very nice. Sounds, don't let people hang you up on the colored vinyl. Doesn't sound as good because it sounds fantastic. It's also available on standard black, and there was a limited run through the band's website when the album first came out. It was on purple vinyl. That sold out, and included in those purple vinyl pressings for the people who ordered that, there were 2 golden ticket albums that were on green vinyl, and the random lucky person who found those, one in the UK and one in the US, they won basically a chance to go see the band at a venue of their choosing. Now, since the purple vinyl version is sold out, you can get now a clear vinyl version of it through the band's website, or you can go through the Matador website and get a black vinyl version, or just to your regular store and get either black, or if you have an indie store, you can probably still find a copy of the red around, which is pretty sweet. And that's it. That's our show for today. Spoon's new album, Hot Thoughts. Great record. Sorry it took me a while to get around to it, but definitely worth your time, and go out and get it. And again, go see the band live. I'm looking forward to seeing them in July. I think they're coming like July 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there. One of the few shows I'm really excited and jazzed to be going to see this year. And we will catch you next time on Sit and Spin. See you then.